lost in this hole, the turn in the bowl, sleeping some fragments of life from me.
All right.
You can't see me today, look.
How are we doing? Who am I talking to?
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Baz in his camo fleece.
3K
What is
Mac.
it camo? It's like
It's like graffiti, innit?
graffiti.
It's edgy.
Yeah.
I'm from the street. TK Maxx.
Banksy.
20
Banksy
quid
over there,
or
yeah.
something.
Is that what it was?
Winter, innit? I don't know. Something like
God, it wasn't cheap, man.
that. Wasn't cheap. Well, you got a market. I know we joke about it. And I have been so close to buying one for a laugh. The old, the old Snow Wolf fleeces.
Oh, right, yeah.
They've got loads of them in there. Like,
Yeah.
it's bloody awesome.
What are they made out of?
I don't know, but it
ain't wolf, is it?
You wouldn't. No, but the ones with like the pictures on.
Oh, the awful.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Like the wolves running through the snow or
Yeah.
horses.
Oh,
That's Thriller, isn't it? Michael Jackson. You know what I mean?
That's some sort of winged mythical
Pegasus.
animal. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Little old ladies wear them when they go shopping, don't they?
Yeah.
They look like they would keep you warm in a flipping
Yeah, they do.
in a
Yeah, I know
snowstorm.
what you
Like
mean, yeah.
they just
And they look great.
yeah, right. We're all wearing them.
They're a fashion
statement.
statement.
I'm going to buy one
to say the
actually.
least.
I keep considering buying one. I've got no room in my house for them anymore.
I haven't been down a Morecambe market for
Mate, it's
years.
ace.
Is it?
I like it. Yeah, I think it's ace in there.
I just
So cheap.
I just sort of go in there. Like my memories of it now, like I'll go in and it'll just be like a, in Scooby Doo when you run past they running down a corridor or whatever and they pass the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Suit of armour,
No.
doorway,
No,
bin, suit of armour,
No, it's
bin.
ace.
And it's like, so in there it's like second-hand video games,
Yeah, that's in there.
dog food.
Yeah, that's in there. Yeah. But I mean,
there's some sort of patches,
they
video
sell,
games,
but the
dog
thing
food
is that,
patches.
Like the pet food stall sells everything, and it's cheap. You just never think to go there. But if they have a great stall as well that sells like food that's like out of date on the day you go for it, and it's just so cheap. You get everything like massive bars of chocolate like this.
Yeah.
a quid. It's just a brilliant. I think it's amazing. Anyway, that's enough.
Providing you eat these yogurts today,
all 10,
all 12 of them, you've got yourself a bargain.
You've got a bargain. Yeah. Anyway. Speaking
Morecambe
about
Market, go on there. Yeah, speaking of bargains,
Festival Market in Morecambe, big shout.
Yeah. So today, I'm going to talk about we announced earlier today.
We did.
It's Wednesday, the 11th of October. Some context, if you need it. We announced.
If you're watching this in a year's time, of course,
it won't make sense.
You've missed it. You're too late.
What they're about? It's Sunday.
Yeah.
We're right. So we've been working on something in the background really for a few months, and it's an album we did back in 2016. Welcome to the World. It was good. I mean,
it was good.
It was our first decent album. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How can I say that about our music?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say
Yeah.
it was the first one. It's the first one that had any sort of anything about it. I think we'd really got to a point with our songwriting and music where we knew kind of confident with what we were doing. And we'd gone to a studio, we'd recorded an album there before, Fight the System, and we went back to Matt at Axis, who's an amazing guy at an amazing studio. And we were confident, weren't we? And we'd made a friend out of him, and we don't really know if Matt's got any friends.
I was going to say, as friendly as a guy like
as
Matt
Matt
gets.
gets. And it was confident, and we were excited. But the thing was with that album, looking back, when we've looked back at it recently, we recorded the whole thing in about 12 days.
Recorded, mixed, everything. Yeah,
Everything was done in 12 days.
Yeah,
We
bang.
did. And if you're in a band, and nowadays it's like 12 days. That's absolutely obscene.
It really wasn't a long time at all.
I think even Fight the System took longer than that, didn't it?
It did, yeah. The album before it
before,
was took longer. We were just skint and
Work, time, holidays and stuff on it.
a lot of things. The situation forced it to be done really quickly. And I know I can hear it now. People in the comments, Black Sabbath recorded their debut in a morning, or whatever.
Well,
And it's like, well, fine, but by modern standards, by current day standards, when you listen to the album, it's pretty good for how quickly we made it. But
yeah,
I was going to say a big part of what made the album was probably that pressure and the fact that decisions were made quickly and
yeah, definitely, yeah, because you can you can find yourself in the studio when you have got lots of time on your hands, pissing about.
In the mire.
Oh, that solo could be better. One note could be better. Let's play it another 1,000 times. Yeah, well, half of the time, it's not important, that kind of thing.
No.
And a big shout out to Matt as well, because I think a lot of the reasons it got done in 12 days was because
He was like, that'll
he's
do.
a legend. And, going back to him for sort of bits and pieces, he would do them in his own time. And,
Yeah, well,
he worked his ass off.
this is mixed as well. So this is recording all the bits and mixing mixing all the songs in that amount of time.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
It was pretty intense, and but it was great. I have nothing but great memories of recording that.
I remember being very excited to hear what we'd come up with. When we finally got the mixes back, or in some sort of formation, in the van there that we used to have, putting it on in there, listening, opening up with nails.
Yeah,
It was like, that's exactly where we want to be. That opening.
yeah, it was.
I
great.
can't remember what the opening track was on Fight the System. What's the opening track?
Dirty Little Secrets.
All right, yeah. Must know. I don't know. Nails took it to a new level for me, really, and it was kind of the first album for us that people took us seriously, and we were like, right, okay, these lads are here making albums, are they? Right, let's have a listen.
Yeah,
And
well,
it established us a bit more, didn't it?
it was the first bit of music that we'd put out there that sounded like kind of original to us. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we're still taking influences from all the usual places, but the album before it, and the one certainly before that, was like, this is a band that are obviously listening to this band.
yeah.
That one is a little bit more. It's sort of set the blueprint for what we've kind of gone on to be, which is a bit more sort of eclectic and hard to pin down and wishy-washy and
They don't know who they are. We don't know who we
yeah,
are.
a bit of a mess.
We don't know who we are.
But it really, it was just a good bunch of songs, and now it's been remixed. So yeah, get cut into the chase of this video.
Yeah.
We went back in with Matt at
He had
Access
us back.
Studio. He had us back
More Phil him.
for a couple of days.
He's like this. Give him the phone call. I bet he was like that.
No, yeah, well,
lad, so, right, you want to come back, you say?
and what?
Oh,
and he's like,
right.
"What? So you don't want to record anything? No,
Don't
just
want to record. That was it, wasn't it? You don't want to record
yeah.
anything.
What's the bloody point then?" No, but no, he's
Whatever
great.
you want.
Once I explained roughly what we were sort of aiming to do with it, because it was all done so fast, and we basically said, like, Matt, what would you have done if you had an extra? Because at the end of that very final day we were there, he's burning off the masters for us to take home.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Can we have
like,
him now, Matt, please? He's
and,
like,
and that's it.
God.
That's the end. We left the studio literally with the WAVs, with the physical, with the digital versions of the songs, and that's it. So it was basically like, what would you do if you had another 2 days at the end of that process? What would you do? What changes would you make? And then he sort of got it. Then it was like, right, okay, So that's what we went back. We went back and we sat and we listened to the songs one by one. We all made some notes beforehand, and we were like, that bit's always bothered me. That bit's always niggled me.
Yeah.
And then just worked through the songs, bringing bits of the mix up, brought a lot of the acoustics up that was sort of buried in there.
Because there was a lot of stuff recorded. You don't realise when it's all done so fast and you're in and out of the studio and you're like little kids we are, like saying, "Oh, give me the final songs." You don't forget just how many takes of things you've put down.
Yeah.
How much stuff's been recorded. How many versions. How many solos you did for bloody, I don't know,
Yeah.
Fighting Jack or Day We Fell. It's like, how many solos? Like, there's 4 or 5 solos here. It's like, right, let's have a listen after bloody how many years.
There's a reason they didn't make the album.
But yeah, there was some stuff, and it's like, wow, there's something there, that was glossed over maybe. And
It was a really, really interesting process, and we're kind of lucky that we're in a position to do that now, because it's like, it's fair to say, a lot of bands don't get the opportunity to really go back and do that. And
Led Zeppelin, they're a prime example. They never remix or remaster
They
stuff.
never
They never get
remaster,
to do
no.
that, do they? Poo of them.
I'm on my 10th copy of Led Zepp 2,
Yeah.
and that's only this year.
Yeah. old Fat Wallet.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fat Wallet Page. Yeah.
So yeah, but we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to just basically say, here's a remaster, because get too technical, but the mastering process can drastically affect the sound of the album, but you're sort of you're sort of papering over massive cracks with mastering, whereas we had the opportunity to go in with the multi-tracks and sort the issues out. Well, the guitar's a bit bright. Well, rather than sorting that out in the master, go in there and let's re-EQ the guitars, things like that.
I mean, the day we fell, we got rid of all that stupid talking at the end, didn't we?
Yeah. That was pumped right up.
I'm only joking. We didn't really.
That was set to.
Got rid of that awful talking.
You have to. Well, there is more talking. In fact, in that song.
There is. Well, there was some more takes, wasn't there?
We brought some more talking out in that. But things like that. It was great to come back and dissect it all and go, can I hear that guitar on its own? That part there, it's like, that bit's always bothered me. I always sort of fluff that, bury that. But then I really like that bit. Let's bring that up. And...
For instance, in Reissue, I think, I mean, fans of our band and people who like that song will be going, what the fuck have they done to that song? But now there was some stuff. I remember the acoustic stuff in there, especially. I remember he was isolating things, and we were both our ears pricked up when he played some acoustic stuff that's in the middle of that song. You would never know was there. It's like, that is amazing. That sounds absolutely beautiful. That, can we bring that out a bit more, or put it somewhere else in the song? Take it and mix it around and
stuff
like that.
Overall, over the years, and Matt agreed when I spoke to him on the phone when we were talking about starting this process about, I don't know, it was probably back in like January, February, really. And he said this. He said the same. He's like, the guitars are like pretty bright on that album, so they've been kind of debrightened, yeah, smoothed a little bit,
dimmed,
and just a few things, and having listened to them again, they're not, it was important for us to not completely change what was great about the original. It's nothing like that. It's basically the sum of a bunch of small moves here and there to overall overall like lift it. But I love the results. I think it's.
I do.
Really
I mean,
good.
it was a big priority for us not to just remix, remixed, remastered, put out. Well, remixed it, of course, is very important, but a remaster. It feels like it's done a lot by bands or labels and put out, and it feels like a bit of a, to me anyway, maybe because I'm a tight ass, shop at Morecambe Market, it feels like it's a bit of a swizz, doesn't it? It's like a bit of a con. But we wanted to give it, we wanted to make maximum impact and give, if you choose to buy it or pre-order it or whatever, then we want to put our assurance on it that it is worth it. Whether you like it or not is another. That's up to you when you hear it. That's, you pay your money, you take your chances. But you can have our guarantee that it is. There has a lot of effort has gone into it, and it is something. It is something new, legitimately, different, and I think worth investing in, really.
Yeah, well,
if you're into that album, you're into us or whatever.
Well, the process started really because we're out with the physical stock, and we own the rights to that. We own the rights to.
It's all we own.
To the publishing and whatnot, all that boring stuff. So we can actually do this again, and it's really it's just been really cool, and we want to make it so that it's something that's great as an entry point for people who don't know the album. Well, you might as well listen to this. That's kind of like a bit better than the original, and also make it genuinely worthwhile for the people that already know and have the original to sort of like, oh well, I'll check that out.
Yeah, compare it.
To compare it, and yeah.
I mean, whenever we put an album out, I love hearing people's opinions. I know there's good or bad. I like people's honest opinions. Not like I don't like that, or I think you're doing a great job. I think it's shit or whatever. I love it. I love people's honest opinions and views and stuff on it. I really do look forward to that. Definitely. And it's a bit, this is our power age, isn't it? This album.
Don't say that. Bloody hell. We're deliberately trying to make it sound like our best isn't behind us.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I just that
was our zenith. That was it.
I just meant that in a comedy fashion that AC/DC. It's like the hardcore.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
That generally comes up as the hardcore.
It's all downhill.
Favorite,
it's all downhill from there.
I didn't mean it like that.
No, I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
That's the sort of.
It's the rawest
Yeah.
And most I don't know. It was really captured over a very short time because like we've got some liner notes involved in the CD and everything that goes into a bit more detail on the background of where we were at the time, just to put all of it into some context with some cool pictures and the lyrics and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but basically it's you know, it's all kind of saying that everything to do with that album was done quickly. The writing,
Yeah, it was, yeah.
the recording, it was out within a few months, and then you know we were playing some club shows. You know, we did them with Trucker Diablo and Screaming Eagles.
Yeah,
and
Scam was on
Scam
1 or 2. Chase the Ace.
And those were the first
Chase
times.
the Ace fans out
bloody
there.
hell, Chase the Ace, yeah. And these were
Pig
like
Iron.
Pig Iron.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm just waffling, yeah.
No, but these are all names.
It
I've
was like, they were
not
like
heard
alternate.
Yeah.
I think the first 3 of those dates was with Pig Iron, Scam, Chase the Ace. It was like a mashup. And then the second 3 dates was just us, Screaming
Trucker,
Eagles and Trucker.
Yeah, it was.
Newcastle, Sheffield.
Leicester? No.
Leicester was with Scam. London was with Pig Iron. Glasgow.
Let's go.
Yeah. ABC's burned down now, isn't it?
It
Nothing
did.
Nothing to do with us.
Yeah. Insurance job.
Ed Sheeran.
Insurance.
All right.
I don't think he needs.
So casting them kind of aspersions about.
Yeah.
Don't involve me.
So basically, yeah, that's where we're at. That's kind of what we want to talk about today. We've chucked all the B-sides, you know, because when I say B-sides, there was no physical actual
B-side.
side B of anything, but it
Bonus
was
track.
bonus tracks. That's it. So they've been thrown on.
Yeah.
A couple of other things, really. Again, just to be sort of like, if we're doing it, it's all kind of the time.
Yeah. It's all related to that time, that era, isn't it? I mean, we did the Pledge thing, didn't we? Then was it Pledge?
It was a Pledge.
Gone now, wasn't it,
That
Pledge?
was the Pledge album.
It was, wasn't it?
They've
The
gone
one and only
in
we did.
disgrace.
That was weird, wasn't it? I didn't know what to make of that. I didn't want to do it at first. I thought it was strange, but it was amazing. It was a great way at the time to involve people who love the band in it, you know. And if you stick to the rules and promise people, deliver what you promise and everything, it was an amazing way to do it. But the guys at the top fucked it, didn't they? So
The old Pledge.
probably living on a Caribbean island somewhere.
Mr. Pledge.
Mr. Pledge, the Polish guy.
Yeah, it's kind of with it.
The little guy in the aeroplane.
He's got to focus on his furniture polish
Is he in
business
an aeroplane? On the tin.
I can't remember.
He'll buy plane, isn't he?
I don't know.
Is that Pledge?
What's
Is that
Mr.
Mr. Sheen?
Mr. Sheen.
Oh, he's in the aeroplane, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know. What else? There's the artwork. The artwork's changed slightly, hasn't it?
Yeah, you know what? I absolutely love what it's different artists that worked on this one, but it's kind of just sort of really, I don't know. It's like a more, well, yeah, you'll see it, but I really like it.
online.
It's the same, but it's different.
It's tasteful.
Anyway, it's tasteful.
He's kept the same, because I love that album cover. It seems to divide a few people. Some people say, I don't like that album cover. I think that's my favourite Wagons album cover, I think. But he's still managed to keep the same sort of ingredients, but he's made a slightly different cake.
Hey, there we go.
Or whatever. But it is amazing. Mark, didn't he? Mark
Leary.
That's right, yeah.
Asylum 77.
Yeah, brilliant guy. Very talented.
He is.
And for the first time ever, there is a proper T-shirt as well.
Yes, that's right.
Which is bizarre that we never ever put a T-shirt out for that. We did a tour T-shirt for the tour for the album, which had this sort of the squiggly line on it, but that was it. There was no album cover T-shirt or nothing. So there's that. That's going to be coming out, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, it's all going to be great. And a big thing that we've not mentioned yet is we're going to do a gig, and we're going to play the entire album in full, which we've never done before.
Well, yeah.
And that's going to take place.
I'm playing the bonus tracks as well.
We're going to have to, because I mean the album's only about 35, I think,
Oh, yeah.
35, 40 minutes long. So it's going to be a short gig.
We could play it twice like the old days.
Yeah.
Like the Legion in Camphor. They've only got
Yeah.
10 songs. Can we play them twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can.
We'll circumnavigate that problem. No, we'll probably play a few other songs as well, but there's going to be a part of that gig where we play the entire album in full and the associated tracks, you know, B-sides, bonus tracks, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's happening on the 9th of March 2024, and it's at Parr Hall, Warrington.
Which is I've never been, but nobody's got a bad thing to say about that
apparently
place.
it's a great venue.
Comes highly recommended from a lot of people.
Yep.
And everyone says it's an amazing place. So Let's fill it. Huh? Have a good
Yeah,
time.
it's gonna be so good. I really can't wait for that. And
Yeah.
that's basically it. So now, well, as of tomorrow, you can pre-order the album on a CD. On your got your CD, got your standard vinyl.
Got your standard vinyl, got your red splatter vinyl.
Clear water, mate, and water. What is it? It's the two Ronnies in it. And there's the Waters in it.
Yeah,
the water sketch.
Brilliant.
So we got black vinyl, a red splatter vinyl, CD,
We have.
a t-shirt and a hoodie. I think that's it. But
Yeah.
so it's all any self-respecting rock fan needs in it.
It is.
So that's going to be available to pre-order from tomorrow, with a release on the January the 19th. Is when it's going to be properly released. And why the wait? I hear you cry. It's vinyl, just vinyl lead times, and vinyl should be with us probably just before the new year. But we've seen it happen so many times where people have cut it too close and said, well, you'll have it by this date, and then just a week, and it creates problems. So we're playing it safe. 19th of January is when it's all going to come out. I know. Yeah, well, this is it. 19th of January. That's when it's all going to come out. But you will be able to pre-order tomorrow from the website. It'll be links on the website.
Yeah.
And
let us know. Let us know what you think. It'd be interesting to know what you think of the album, if you've heard it before, in the comments, if you think it's shit, or if you like it, or if you've never heard it before, or you don't own it, or whatever. Just let us know what you think of it. I love hearing your opinions on things, really. And if you're looking forward to the new one coming out, and
well,
your views are on reissues and stuff.
It's been 8 years since we recorded it. So it's long enough, really. It's a tasteful amount of time to be rehashing old shit.
Well, that's it. But that's exactly what we wanted to do, isn't it?
Well,
in a positive manner.
What we could have done is just reprinted them and been like, well, there you go. There's another one. So we like to think this is genuinely something that if a fan of the band would be interested in. And also people that have never owned the album before, it's like, well, now you can only really get this copy. So there you go.
So now your old ones are worth
slightly more,
probably about 4p more than they were before.
Yeah, on eBay,
because they're no longer being issued, are they?
No.
Yeah.
Aye, but there we go. It's going to be lots of fun. So grab your ticket to that gig. Grab your ticket to the gig. If you can, Warrington, kind of nice.
On your elbow.
Sorry, nice and central in the country. It's kind of central, isn't it? Really.
North central
to the north.
It's the industrial estate capital of the UK, is Warrington.
I can believe it. Yeah.
Yeah. So seriously,
you can get yourself a spice rack from IKEA.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tell you any blocks you want to go. Just tell your missus is an IKEA.
Yeah, massive.
Yeah, she'll go. Oh, let's go.
It's a massive
Let's
IKEA.
Let's go for the weekend.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll lose yourself. In there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I love IKEA, right? I don't love it. I hate it. The meatballs are amazing. The cafe at the end is like the only saving grace of that place.
The gold at the end of the
It's
rainbow.
like the meatballs. It's just full of blokes. Like, how did I get through that? Eating cheesecake and meatballs. They're amazing. But and then it caps it off brilliantly when you got to the car park, and then some blokes turned up in his like Fiat Uno. And he's got 3 wardrobes and he's realised, oh no, I've bought all this crap and I can't get it in my car.
You have to have it delivered. You can't drive away unless it is literally a spice rack. Or you always come away with something like, I don't know, some cup like drawer dividers or something like that. Oh, they'll be useful.
Yeah, that's it. A lot of junk.
Anyway, we'll leave it at that
market,
before we start talking about
Oh yeah, bloody household goods.
Swedish superstores. But
anyway,
thanks. Check it out.
Thanks for listening.
Got the website. Check it out.
Do it.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Do all that.
See you next week.